Welcome to the new moon in Cancer, new moon in Cancer part 2 reading, because we have 2 new moons in Cancer in this month. And then we'll be moving into the full moon in Aquarius, followed by a new moon in Leo. So these are exciting cards. A lot of movement and action in this cheetah card. And then we've got Sapphire, which says regenerate community below it, and the 3 of Pentacles. And it's interesting because right before I pulled these cards, I was thinking about the 2 of Pentacles and the choices that we have to make in order to decide where we want to put our physical energy. And then the 3 of Pentacles is understanding where we want to put our physical energy and then getting ready to do it. Like in this card, we've got the triangle of the pentacles creating some solidity and this mountain behind it, alluding to the mountain that you have to climb to get where you want to go, because the 3 is in the beginning, numerologically speaking. It's when you're just figuring out like what you want the journey to be, and then you have to take the journey, and then you have to get where you want to go. And so this is really speaking to us, and I hope that you have had some time sitting through all of the things that are going on in the world and going inside, if you're on that tip, and what I mean by going inside is going inside of yourself, so that you're figuring out like where you want to be putting your energy, where are you going to be most effective as things move forward. I really think that some people just think that in a year we're gonna go back to something, but I'm not looking at the world in that way. I'm not looking to go back to what we were before and just blindly allowing things to happen because it's more convenient to be silent about things. I think that we've collectively gone far past that, where we can just be silent and allow ourselves to be trampled on. And I mean, still people are being trampled on, like, do not get me wrong, but we have an opportunity to change the narrative and to not constantly be living in fear, constantly be living in having no empowerment or domain over our future and what's going to happen to us. I think that we're collectively moving past that. I think that we're collectively moving to a place where we're like, look, you can hold on to these destructive things that don't work as much as you want, but you're gonna burn yourself out. And I want to be in the camp of people who are choosing to not allow ourselves to be burnt out all the time, just like go 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 and then burn out, go 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 and then burn out. I don't want to be on that track anymore. And we need to be more strategic with how we are expending our energy, because we have a whole mountain to climb. There's a whole journey to be taken to get to where we need to go collectively, to not go extinct, essentially, and to not fall into the same fascist trap that has been fallen into. We're a globalized society. We all can see what's happening around the world. So if you can see what's happening and you're aware of what's happening and you're aware of yourself and you're figuring yourself out, because it's a Cancer moon, so we need to go inside and we need to check in with our emotions and figure ourselves out. And when we do that, then we can start to build. Then we can figure out what even is it that we want to build. Because again, if you're sitting here watching this with me, chances are you're not just looking to go back to the status quo of like people getting murdered for money and capitalism running rampant and billionaires just not giving a fuck about anything. We can do better than this collectively. We truly, truly can. But it's going to take effort. It's going to take a journey. It's going to take work. It's going to take us building our own solidity within ourselves so that we can imagine a different reality and then make it so. We have the power to do that, but we're in the beginning stages for sure. And then we have the Sapphire card. It looks really pretty. Sapphire blue, definitely a rich, solid blue, oceanic blue, if you will. So throat chakra. Regenerate community. This is important right now, specifically. We have to honor what everybody's feeling right now and the spectrum in which people are feeling those things and how they're relating to this particular time, and the understanding that coronavirus isn't going to be the last pandemic that circles the globe. If we have been paying attention to anything, we will have noticed that there have been sickness after sickness after sickness, and the severity and the quickness that they're coming up on each other is just faster and faster each time. So it's not an issue of, oh, we just find some way to deal with coronavirus and then it's not an issue anymore. No, the viruses are happening because we are not in alignment with our ecosystems. Globally, we are not in alignment with our ecosystems. And when we are not in alignment with our ecosystem, the earth comes back on us because we are just cells on this larger organism. And the larger organism has some semblance of awareness also, and I think it is playing its own situation out just the way that we're playing our little situations out in our little human bodies. But when I say regenerate community, I'm talking about regenerating community on the deepest level possible, the deepest way that you could think about regenerating community, like community with what's outside of your door, what's inside of your house, the spirit realm around you, the animals around you, the water around you, like the people around you, obviously. But who do you have mutual aid with? Who are you working with? Who are you investing energy with? Because we need each other. If you're looking at what's happening in Portland right now, like, it's literally taking every single person to get out of their houses, to go outside and be like, no, you will not fucking kidnap us and just take us in unmarked cars. And I'll tell you, I was just outside because my friend works at a restaurant and she's out there busting her ass to give people wine on the side of the street during a pandemic. And I was sitting out there visiting her and watched this unmarked Tahoe with cops in it drive by 3 times, just patrolling, unmarked cars just patrolling. And that wasn't, and then there were marked cars, police cars driving by also. And it's just like heavy police state right now, and dissent can get you put in jail or killed in this world right now. And that's not hyperbole, that's reality currently. And so, but still, we still need to do this thing where we connect with each other, and we still need to do this thing where we're invested in our ecosystem so that we can make it better, so that we can have each other's back, so that we can say, no, you are not going to just send in your fucking army and abduct us. No, we're standing together. We're regenerating our community. It's very important. It's very important that we're doing this. And because it's throat chakra, it's like regenerate your community through opening yourself up being open to your own gifts and your own special thing that you have to contribute to the world, and then find a way to contribute it in whatever way that you can, because you have something to contribute and it's important that you do it. Truly, truly. And when we're all doing that, that's called mutual aid. And then we don't have to worry about the state to come in and save us. We will save ourselves because we are sharing with each other. And then last card, Cheetah. And I love that this card came up because I do feel that there is a push of energy. This is a fire element animal, and it's obviously cheetah. You think about them, they can go over 60 miles per hour, and granted, it's usually just in a pretty straight line they can get up to those speeds, but it's really an animal spirit that brings the energy of action, movement, bold, quick pursuit of something, whatever it is that you need and want. They also have enlarged hearts and lungs that makes them able to take in more oxygen, which allows them to get these spurts of energy. And so that's really, if you think about your lungs being this place that can hold grief, and our heart being this expansive place that tells us what feels good, what doesn't feel good, it's our electromagnetic center of our body. We need to take in more oxygen now. We need to expand our hearts. We need to be open and willing again to look at what we have to give. Like, what is it that we have that is special and important, because we are all special and we are all important. We all have something to contribute to this world. It's our job to figure that out and to give it. It's our job to put that energy into the world, and not, because now is not the time to slow down, because we're literally being threatened by unnamed armed forces that are coming for us and just snatching people off the streets. Like, are you kidding me? This is happening all over the world. It's been happening all over the world, and now it's hitting us, and we're like, oh my gosh, I guess we have to do something. Yeah, we have to do something. We need to act. And that action, another cool thing about cheetahs is they have these like long flexible spines, and that alludes to this energy of how flexible is your core. Like your core, like the things that you know about yourself, the things that you know about reality, how flexible are you in that? Because we need to be flexible right now. We need to imagine something different. We need to invest in something different, because now is the time, before we have more death camps, more, like, we need the people out of the death camps right now. We need the children that are disappearing to not disappear. We need lynchings to fucking stop. We need the police to stop beating people and murdering people. Like, this isn't a game. This is what's happening. And there's really a lot of people who have enough comfortability to pretend that it's not happening, but we're deading that right now. It's dead. We're now figuring out what we have to contribute to the situation, being our ecosystem, and we're figuring out how to do it. At least I pray that that's what we're doing with all of this. We're regenerating community. We're seeing the mountains that we have to climb. And again, I'm going to say it again, like, please dedicate some amount of your time to literally just imagining rich people just handing over their money. Just imagining this whole thing crumbling away and not being important, because we're all working together with each other, and we're all figuring out how to heal our traumas and to heal ourselves by taking care of ourselves, then having the energy to take care of each other, and not having to stress about everything, because we're not under the fucking thumb of capitalism and white supremacy and patriarchy and everything else. And people aren't just getting killed all the time because the cops are quitting their jobs, the Marines are quitting their jobs, all of these things. We can imagine all of these things, and it can be real if we imagine it.